Hey smokers, welcome to the trailer channel. Today, I'm going to be starting a series called Old Office PC Versus, which is what the name implies. It's an old office PC. But before we get to the computer, let's get to the peripherals. This is a keyboard I absolutely hate, because it's awful to type on. The only reason why I'm using it is because it works with everything I have. Like, when I plug it in, there's no question that it's going to work. That's the only reason I keep it around. And it's also pretty dang durable too. Let me demonstrate. Okay, so next up is the mouse. You can get RGB ones at Dollar Tree for $5. This isn't one, but let's pretend it is. And as you notice, there is no CPU fan here, if you are familiar with this design. That's because I robbed it from my actual computer. And I didn't even bother to replace the thermal paste. When I lift this up, I just smacked it back down. That's the reason why that fan is back there. Not because I'm concerned about the CPU overheating, because let's be honest here, a fly could blow on it and cool it. I'm just concerned about the rest of the stuff overheating. It has 4 gigabytes of, I think, DDR3 RAM. It has an 80 gigabyte, 2.5 inch Hitachi 80 gigabyte drive, 5400 I believe. This case is coming apart. It's fine. As you can see, it's also missing this plate here. Extra airflow for the fan, I guess. It has a 2.93 gigahertz Core 2 Duo underneath there with integrated graphics. The real goal behind today's experiment is to see whether... Where's the disc? Here it is. Parrot 5.1.2 can install perfectly fine, no issues, no fuss, and get all the drivers, no issues, no fuss, because every time I've tried to do something with Linux, it's gone horribly wrong. That ends today. I want to figure out, in the name of science, on this old computer that was about to go into a dumpster, what OSs work on old computers. Because, let's say this is the only computer you have. You know, you want to get into this hobby. Call it a hobby. Realistically, you just want a computer of your own, and all you can do is dumpster dive and use parts off of eBay. Can you just smack an OS on an ISO, stuff it in the drive, and expect it to work perfectly fine? That's the goal here, is I want to find out what works on stuff this old, because this is from 2009. Let me grab my keyboard off the floor. I got the phone out of the way too. And I'm going to press F12 as it starts up. I don't need to spam it, I can just wait till it shows it. That way I have all the time in the world to put my CD in the drive instead of trying to cram to get the CD in there and then press F12. It just seems a lot more patient because look, it's waiting for me. I've already formatted the hard drive, so it's going to complain about a CPU fan failure. Because, as I said before, there's no CPU fan. Here we are. Try and install. This is the home edition because that's what you would choose if you're legitimately just trying to get your computer to run that you found in a dumpster. Now granted, we aren't going to try to game on this setup, but what we are going to try to do is just see how usable it is. You know, like, can you do basic stuff like web browsing? Obviously that will be entirely dependent on the hardware that you have and what all software it comes with. Here it comes! Yay! So, this is it. This is the live environment. It's not installed yet. We still need to launch the installer. We're just installing this to see how usable it is on something so old. Because chances are, you aren't going to be installing something like this on a Core 2 Duo from 2009. At the minimum, you might be using a Intel Pentium from 2012 at least 3 gigahertz. I think I have one of those laying around. And at a minimum of 4 gigabytes of RAM, which is what this is. Yeah, totally based in New York. Not trying to hide my location at all. Erase disk. Swap with hibernate. Full name, TTC. Why does it do that? Optiplex 380. And a password. My ultra secure password no one will ever be able to guess. There we are. Install. You will not be able to undo these changes. That's fine because I don't want to. Anyway, I will let this install because 90% of this job is waiting for that bar to get across. That's it. 90% of it when you're installing an OS. So it is as it says. It's all done. We can restart now. And we are. Why are you beeping at me? And we are going to play around with Parrot OS on an old office computer. Everyone's favorite. I'll go ahead and take the disk out. That message is actually quite helpful. Shut up and give me the disk. Thank you. Didn't want to give it to me. There we go. Put it back up on the rack of... There we are. Let's just go straight in. See if it will work. Oh, this is further than I've got than I get with any OS, really. In fact, it's even installs and didn't have any hang-ups. That's very good. Wonder, is this causing a glare? It's a little bit better, I think. Not a lot I can do about that. And remember I said not to ask me for my password? It did it anyway. Or did I read it wrong and it was actually backwards? I don't know. Well, here we are. That wasn't that bad. This is all you had. It seems relatively smooth at first. Shut up! One of my speakers over there are not happy. Can't figure out which one it is. Yeah, you can move stuff around if you really want to. Read me. Running terminal? Question mark? Oh. That didn't work. Display. There we go. What if we open it with LibreOffice Writer? See how quickly that comes up. Keep in mind we're running this off of a hard drive, so if you install an SSD, your mileage will definitely vary. Show tips on startup? No. There you go. It does indeed work. Okay. So, let's see what else we have here. Let's take a screenshot. Okay. Save. There we go. It's kind of awkward. I'm having to reach around the camera. So, this basically has the Ethernet plugged in. I think it is. Let's see. You can hear it. It has sound. See if it has internet. Said see if it has internet. Here we go. I will restart it shortly after I open a few applications, let those run, and then we'll restart and see how long it takes to come up from there. Okay, so it was the Parrot Security homepage. Wow, the internet's really good out here this morning. Last night I couldn't get it to do crap because I've done this before. This is actually my second attempt because the first one... Check that out! It comes with an ad blocker already installed. I really like that. That right there makes this OS all worth it. So a lot of people don't know you can do that and install ad blockers, and this comes with it right out of the box? Wow. Respect. So chances are, if you're using an old computer like this, that's the only thing you want on your web browser is an ad blocker. Okay, so let's go ahead and shut down. That was almost instantly. Okay, so 6.0, we'll see how long it takes. I'm looking at my camera's timer here. So we started it at 6 minutes. I'm going to try to do this as fast as possible. Let's say you're trying to boot up your computer really, really fast. You need to have something you gotta do now. Of course, I'm going to have to enter my password when it comes up. Past the 30-minute mark right now. I say a minute is what we have to beat. Keep in mind this is on a hard drive, so I imagine you would actually have 30 seconds if you had a much higher end system with an SSD in it. Probably minute 15, minute 30. 50 seconds. 55, it's going to be close. A minute. Minute 10, maybe? Almost. A minute 10. Yeah, that was close. Well, close to what? I don't know, but, you know, usually you want, for computers like this, a boot time that's under 2 minutes, well, under 3 minutes, really, I'd say is fine. Keep in mind, I would stretch it out to 1 minute if you include time over years of use and programs you install. Another nice thing this comes with is Gparted. I have used this many of times when I get free hard drives just to wipe them, see if they work, because if you can wipe them, they should work. Shut up! And as you can see, we have our drive here. This is an 80 gig drive. Go ahead and run a terminal here. There we are. That is... It's kind of like Macintosh type design right there. That's weird. There you are. There is my CPU. There is the GPU, which is integrated graphics. There's our resolution. Not surprised. Optiplex 380. Everything has gone perfectly well so far. So, let's just open up a few things here. Open with LibreOffice Writer. We're just going to open up a few things here. Get this computer under a load, you know, like actual real life usage. Oh, here's something we can do. Look at the bottom taskbar. I'm going to put this on the third screen so we can go back and forth between that and our web browser. And now we have a blank one so we can open up stuff. This is really hard on my neck trying to bend around this camera. So we are going to open Image Manipulation Program. I've used this for making thumbnails for videos before. Not on this channel, I don't think, but on my past one that I deleted. I don't have any plans to delete this one anytime soon. So let's go ahead and open my beautiful screenshot. It's a bit unoptimized for this monitor, I do have to say. I mean, chances are you probably wouldn't be using something like this. So let's go ahead and grab a paintbrush here. And we are going to do that, and then we're going to mark out this stuff here, because this stuff is not important anymore. Okay, now we are going to export. Better. We'll go with Lucky 7. Export. Let's go ahead and save the whole project as yeah, go ahead. Okay. So now we are going to go to settings. Let's see what our uses on HTOP is. Memory 1.16 gigabytes out of 3.74. I'd say that's pretty dang good. That's around half, isn't it? No. When am I smoking? That's not half. It's quite a bit less than half, which is usually what you want for just a couple of things open. You have your calculator. We'll keep that out. I'm a bit of a struggling when it comes to testing out new OSs, if you can't tell. Games, export, yeah, we'll put that on that screen as well. So the last one, what was I trying to do? Preferences, this is what we want. Look and feel. Appearance, yes. Shut up! Blue submarine, that looks pretty. Is pretty. Okay. Oh wait, what? Oh, it does that, but it don't do when you put it on the side of the window. It's supposed to take up like half the space, like AeroSnap does. Inferior version of AeroSnap, in my opinion. And this is going to take a while. No hard drive activity. It's just going to take a while. There we go. Oh man, out of coffee. Oh well. So we're going to add our wonderful desktop background. Yep. Good enough for me. Here we are. We have our absolutely wonderful desktop background. There we go. I mean, it works. It's working quite nice. A lot better than I expected, honestly. I'm not going to lie. Let's take a look at something. Yeah, there you go. There's our stuff we have here. Available disk space. That's not right. Resources. There's your resources there. Let's go ahead and full screen that. Yeah, everything's working perfectly. I would highly recommend this OS to anyone that's trying to run this on an old office computer like mine. Let's see how long it takes to shut down with all that crap in the background. Okay, absolutely no time at all. Yeah, this is a real nice OS for a computer just like this. Anyway, this was quite a nice video. I plan to make more of these in the future. Hope you enjoyed this one. Stay tuned if you want to see more of this type of content.